The Galactic Empire had long been the dominant force in the universe. Spanning countless star systems, they prided themselves on their superiority, their military might, and their culture, which was revered by many species across the galaxy. Advanced beyond imagination, they controlled technology that could bend the laws of nature, and their society thrived on precision, order, and efficiency. The alien species that made up the Empire had conquered or assimilated countless worlds, and they were now turning their attention to Earth. The Emperor, in a moment of rare boredom, issued a challenge to Earth's leaders. The challenge was seemingly innocent, a culinary contest. The Empire, known for their delicate palates and refined tastes, had grown tired of the bland, lifeless meals produced across the galaxy. Their food was crafted by machines, perfected to the smallest detail, but it lacked something essential: heart. The Emperor, convinced that no species could match the grandeur of their own food culture, called for a challenge to test the culinary expertise of Earth. "Let the humans compete," the Emperor declared, his voice booming in the Galactic Council Hall. "We shall see if their primitive species can create something worthy of our tastes." The challenge was clear. A contest of culinary prowess, where Earth's finest chefs would face off against the Empire's top food creators. The stakes were high. If the humans lost, they would be subjected to the whims of the Empire, perhaps enslaved or treated as lesser beings in the vast, cosmic hierarchy. But if Earth managed to win, the Empire would be forced to acknowledge the uniqueness of humanity and its cultural significance, however small the planet seemed on the galactic scale. The humans were caught off guard. There was initial disbelief. Was this a trick? Was the Empire mocking them? The idea that a simple, unassuming world like Earth could compete with a galactic empire in something as highbrow as cuisine seemed laughable. Yet, as the news spread, something shifted. Instead of cowering, Earth's chefs were inspired. The call to arms wasn't for soldiers, it was for cooks, culinary artists, innovators, and dreamers. The humans, despite their relatively primitive technology, had one advantage that the Empire had not counted on. Earth's food was more than just sustenance, it was history, culture, and emotion all wrapped into a single dish. Human food was alive with stories. Every meal carried memories of generations, of shared laughter, joy, and even sorrow. The chefs who gathered to take on this challenge were determined not just to cook a meal but to represent the very essence of humanity itself. The alien empire had expected the contest to be a display of technical superiority, the kind of thing that would easily demonstrate their dominance. They couldn't fathom that the passion and creativity of Earth's people might hold a power that no amount of technology could replicate. Now, with the challenge accepted, Earth's finest were preparing for what was likely to be the most important meal of their lives. Yet no one knew how the Empire's pride would ultimately be shattered. For humans had something the aliens did not: a deep, unshakable connection to food, a love and creativity that could never be engineered, replicated, or surpassed by any machine. And they were about to show it. The announcement of the challenge sent shockwaves across Earth. Governments and leaders quickly convened to discuss the implications of the contest. There was skepticism, outrage, and, for some, outright fear. The stakes were high. If the humans failed, Earth could face unspeakable consequences. The challenge itself seemed ridiculous, but the consequences of refusing it were even worse. Yet, rather than succumbing to fear, something remarkable began to happen. Instead of retreating, humanity rallied together. Within days, chefs, culinary experts, and food enthusiasts from all corners of the world volunteered to participate. From Michelin-starred chefs to homegrown food innovators, each one felt the weight of the challenge. They understood that this was not just about food, it was about their very identity. Earth's culture, its diversity, and its ingenuity were all tied to its cuisine. For centuries, humans had created dishes, not just to survive, but to thrive. Every region had its own flavors, techniques, and history. It wasn't just about the food itself, it was about connection, community, and identity. As Earth's finest chefs gathered, they realized they had a unique advantage that the Empire couldn't fathom. Their food wasn't just technical precision, it was art. The alien empire, despite its vast technological advancements, lacked the cultural depth and emotional connection that human cuisine carried. The aliens relied on machines, advanced tools that could craft dishes with flawless execution, but their food lacked soul. The humans, on the other hand, drew inspiration from their past, their traditions, and their ancestors, creating flavors that transcended the simple act of eating. It was about stories passed down through generations, about a shared experience that connected people to one another and to their land. The chefs knew they had to think beyond just the techniques of cooking. They had to infuse every dish with the spirit of Earth itself. They began experimenting, combining old-world recipes with new-world innovations. Ancient grains were paired with exotic spices from far-flung regions, creating a fusion of flavors that told the tale of human migration, trade, and creativity. Every dish became a canvas, painting a picture of Earth's rich and diverse history. The culinary preparations were intense. The chefs traveled to remote corners of the planet to gather rare ingredients that could showcase the best of Earth's biodiversity. Some dug deep into their cultural roots, others looked to nature itself for inspiration. But all were united by the belief that they were fighting for more than just victory in a contest, they were fighting for humanity's honor. As the days passed, the chefs honed their skills, perfecting their dishes with the precision that only human hands could provide. They drew strength from the knowledge that what they were about to serve the galaxy wasn't just food, it was a statement. A statement of human resilience, of creativity, and of the unique bond humans had with the Earth that no alien technology could replicate. In the kitchens, there was a sense of quiet confidence that grew with each passing hour. The humans knew they had the advantage, not in technology, but in something far more profound, the ability to cook with passion, to create with heart, and to offer the galaxy something no machine could ever replicate, a meal infused with the very soul of humanity. The day of the contest arrived, and the stage was set. The alien empire's technological marvels towered over the competition space, showcasing their superior tools and machines. Each alien chef stood poised, armed with their high-tech gadgets, ready to showcase the precision of their species. Their dishes were perfectly crafted, every ingredient measured to the micron, every spice calculated and engineered for the perfect balance. They had perfected the art of food science, creating meals that were visually stunning, scientifically flawless, but utterly devoid of the warmth and soul that came from the human experience. The humans, by contrast, worked with far simpler tools. No sleek machines or automated processes. The human chefs moved through the kitchen with the rhythm of artists in their element, hands moving with purpose, knives flashing through the air, ingredients being combined in ways that spoke to generations of culinary tradition. They didn't rely on sterile precision, they relied on instinct, memory, and the wisdom passed down through the centuries. As the first round of dishes were presented, the alien chefs unveiled their creations with pride. Their dishes were undoubtedly perfect in every technical sense. Each plate gleamed with futuristic elegance, a testament to their technological supremacy. But as the judges tasted, something was amiss. The food was flawless in structure, but it lacked depth. The flavors were sharp, precise, but sterile. The dishes did not evoke emotion. There was no connection, no story woven into the ingredients. The judges were silent, their expressions blank, as they sampled the alien creations. They had seen nothing new, nothing that stirred the soul. When it was time for the humans to present their dishes, the atmosphere shifted. The human chefs brought their plates forward, not with the precision of machines, but with the confidence of creators. The first dish was a humble bowl of stew, but the fragrance that rose from it was intoxicating. It told a story of a farmer's hands working the soil, of a grandmother's kitchen, of memories shared around a dinner table. The flavors hit the judges not like a calculation but like a wave of warmth. The stew was rich, comforting, and layered with complexity. It wasn't just food, it was a memory brought to life. As the contest continued, the human chefs presented dish after dish, each one infused with the spirit of their planet. They combined bold flavors with subtle undertones, utilizing ingredients from every corner of Earth. The dishes were nothing like the aliens had expected. They weren't perfect in the sense of engineering, but they were alive. The food connected the judges to Earth in ways they couldn't understand. They began to feel emotions they had long since abandoned: nostalgia, warmth, longing. With each plate, the human chefs revealed the core of what made their food unique. It wasn't just about the ingredients or the techniques, it was about the connection to their land, to their people, and to their histories. Every dish was a reflection of humanity's deep connection to the earth beneath their feet, to the cultures they had built over millennia. The alien chefs, for all their superior technology and precision, were losing. The cold perfection of their dishes was no match for the heart and soul that humanity poured into theirs. The judges, once stoic and indifferent, began to shift. Their expressions softened. They were no longer focused on the technicalities. The food was speaking to them, and they didn't know how to respond. They had underestimated humanity, and with every bite, the Empire's pride began to crack. The humans hadn't just entered the contest to win, they had entered it to show the universe something the aliens could never understand: that food, when prepared with passion, could carry a power far beyond precision. The contest reached its final moments, and the tension in the air was palpable. The alien judges, once confident in their technological superiority, now found themselves in a dilemma. They had tasted Earth's dishes, and each bite had left them more bewildered, more uncomfortable. The food wasn't what they had expected, it wasn't cold, calculated perfection. It was alive with energy, emotion, and history. The humans had not simply cooked, they had shared a piece of themselves. The flavor profiles were unlike anything the aliens had encountered, and as the final plates were presented, there was no denying the result. When the verdict was announced, it was not in the form of a declaration of victory. There was no fanfare or celebration. Instead, the judges looked to each other, their eyes wide with realization. Humanity had won not through superior technology, not through flawless execution, but through something far more profound. They had won because they had created food that resonated with life itself. The aliens were forced to admit what they had been too proud to see: Earth's food was not just sustenance, it was a connection to the world, to the people, to the emotions that drove human creativity. The Emperor, who had issued the challenge in a moment of arrogance, stood silent, reflecting on the defeat. The Empire had long prided itself on its technological advancements, its ability to control and perfect everything it touched. But what they had overlooked was the power of the human spirit. The chefs from Earth hadn't simply cooked, they had infused their meals with history, with love, with struggle. Each dish had a story, and that was something the Empire's sterile, perfection-driven culture could never replicate. As the news of the defeat spread across the galaxy, there was a shift in the perception of Earth. No longer seen as a backwater planet, Earth was now recognized as a place of deep cultural richness, a world where creativity and passion thrived. The alien empire, once so sure of its superiority, found itself questioning the value of its cold perfection. They had gained technological marvels, but they had lost something essential: the heart and soul that made food, and by extension life itself, meaningful. The humans, on the other hand, celebrated their victory not with grand gestures, but with humility. They didn't need the approval of the aliens. What mattered was that they had proven, once again, that humanity's greatest strength lay not in the machines they built, but in their ability to create, to connect, and to find meaning in the simplest of things. The chefs who had competed became legends, not because of their victory in the contest, but because they had shown the galaxy that the true power of food, and of humanity, lay in its ability to move, to inspire, and to bring people together in ways that no machine ever could. The defeat was a bitter pill for the alien empire to swallow, but it was a lesson they would not soon forget. They had learned that no matter how advanced their technology became, they would never be able to replicate the soul of humanity. In the end, it was the human spirit, not their precision or perfection, that won the day. And that was a victory no amount of technology could ever take away.